Hello, Howell Family. This is Prince Kerr, the voice of HC. I hope you're all doing great. Before we get into this video, please hit that like button for the good old YouTube algorithm. It will be greatly appreciated. In today's conversation, I wanted to discuss the idea of giving up before our video this week, so let's talk about it. What does it mean to give up? Well, it is commonly understood as something negative. When someone says that they've given up, we often associate it with them being a failure. When we think of ourselves as someone that has given up, or when we believe that we gave up at something, it's always negative connotations. It's like, oh, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't able to succeed. I wasn't able to do exactly what I was supposed to do. I'm abandoning my truth, or I have abandoned my truth. And the negative connotations don't stop there. We often go as far as believing that we're letting everybody else down, that us giving up has such an impact on everybody else's life that things cannot be the same. But by always thinking you will let everyone down, it is reciprocally creating an illusionary image for you to keep up instead of being who you actually are. What if giving up is exactly what you needed to do? To find who that person is, to find you. Have you ever thought about where does your dream or your pursuit actually come from? Is it something that comes from who you are? Or is it something that you conjured up based on the ideas of other people and what they thought you are? Are you following someone else's dream? Are you truly happy with what you are doing? Sometimes we get ideas of ourselves from other people, and then that idea is positively reinforced by the validation of others, so we keep up with it for so long that we start to think that it's us. We start to act, think, and feel like that person because we know what people like to see, and we think we know what we like to see. But is that person who we really are? Is what we are doing right now really related to our dream or our aspirations or perspective of self? Or is it who you think you're supposed to be? This is why giving up is something that is worth thinking about. Because what if you're just stressing yourself forward? What if you're working so hard towards something that doesn't really exist and you don't really care for? What if you haven't truly accepted who you really are? Then all of that effort, what does it really mean in the grand scheme of things? The more we become the person that we are not is the less that we are us. Is it truly worth it? Will it be worth it? Understanding what giving up means can help you ask yourself these questions so that you can take the right steps forward. Is what you are working towards making you happy? Or are you upholding an image because of the you that people are used to? Sometimes we fight for so long that we don't even remember what we are fighting for. This leads to us achieving victories that we won't appreciate because in the end, we would have lost so much for the very little that we will have gained. Are you afraid to change your ideas? Sometimes what we are is something that is so crystallized into our reality that we don't realize that we're creators. We can be anything that we want to be. Are you afraid of that change? Are you afraid of being wrong? Are you afraid of telling people that you are one thing and truly being another thing? Do you think that these people will love you less? What is yourself telling you? Ask yourself, why are you going forward? Sometimes we're working so hard, but in the wrong direction. Yes, being persistent is important. Yes, being consistent is important. Yes, putting a great effort into what you want to achieve is one of the most important things that you can do. But it's like investing. Before putting all of your money in one investment, shouldn't you understand the ins and outs of that investment? Shouldn't you really know what it is? It's like beginning to work at a project and not even knowing if you have the skills to complete the project you are working at. But because you've had a little bit of progress, you senselessly keep chipping at it and hope for the best. Is that the best way to spend your life though? Giving up reveals to you or reminds you of how much you love something, in most cases. And that feeling tends to reignite the energy needed to focus on where you are going and what you are doing to get there. So instead of seeing giving up as something completely negative, maybe it's to look at it as, why do I even feel like giving up? There must be a reason. And then when you reevaluated that reason, you can choose to go forward or do something different. Because deep down, you always know. You always know what you should be doing or should not be doing. But in some cases, we're afraid of letting go of that illusion that we created. Are you holding on because you're not ready to accept that the people around you don't really see you or love you for who you are, and that they're in love with the illusion that you created? Are you afraid of time wasted? Are you afraid of thinking that it's too late or trying again? Well, that fear is not going to make things better for you. The more you go forward is the more that void is going to increase. Sometimes we don't give up because what we're doing has become a habit for us. It's something that is a part of our routine. We do these things without even thinking. And it does not appear to be doing anyone any harm, so we think it's positive. But always remember that life is a game of give and take. So where energy is taken away, it has to be given back in another area. This also applies to your progress. If you take a break or stop what you are doing, you will naturally gravitate to putting that energy elsewhere. What if that is exactly what is needed in order for you to actually go forward on your journey? Basically, stop so you can focus. That's what giving up is. Taking a break does not mean that you will not succeed. It's giving yourself a chance to actually breathe so that you can make it to the finish line. Always remember, you are in your own race. You are not in competition with anyone. And no one on this planet, either before you were born or after, will ever be who you are. Everything you have seen, everything you have been through, every experience that you have lived has prepared you with the skill sets to accomplish this life in a way that only you can. It's better to take a breath for 1 month and figure out how you are going to go forward for the rest of the year than to force it consistently for a year and have no results. In the end, it's about what you really want. Are you working hard for the sake of being able to brag about how hard you work? Or are you working to get the results that you seek and that you know are possible for you? Ask yourself these questions the next time you think about giving up. And give yourself a chance. Give yourself a shot at life because you are worth it. Well, that's what I think about giving up. Let's have a conversation about what that means to you in the comment section. How do you feel about giving up? What does it really mean on your journey or in the perspective of the people around you? Are you being put in a position where you have to do certain things because you have to impress certain people, maybe a loved one, your parents? Let's talk about it. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and you enjoy these types of videos, please also leave a comment in the comment section. I love to read the comments. I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video and enjoy our content, please do us a favor and hit that like button and share it with a friend. I'll see you on the next episode of Conversations on Howell Consultations, the how-to being true to you.